Have you ever wondered if your breakfast choices might be silently harming your health after 60? That's exactly what happened to Sarah. Every morning, she would sit by her kitchen window, watching the birds while enjoying her usual bagel and cup of coffee. It felt comforting, familiar, until one morning she clutched her chest and ended up in the emergency room. "I thought I was having a heart attack," she whispered to Dr. Williams, her hands trembling. Like many seniors, Sarah never imagined that something as simple as her breakfast could contribute to such a scare. But the truth is, what we eat in the morning after 60 can significantly impact our blood pressure, kidney function, and even our risk of chronic illness. Our bodies change with time, and foods that once energized us may now be quietly draining our health. In this video, we'll reveal 3 common breakfast foods that may seem harmless, but could be silently damaging your well-being. These aren't exotic ingredients or rare dishes. They're likely sitting in your kitchen right now. Before we begin, share in the comments which city you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe. This channel is here to help you protect your health with real, practical insights that respect your journey and honor your golden years. 1. Processed foods. Let's begin with one of the sneakiest culprits robbing seniors of their health and vitality: processed breakfast foods. Meet Robert, a retired school librarian who recently turned 72. For most of his adult life, Robert was proud of his no-fuss morning routine. He'd wake up, put on the kettle, and grab something quick. Instant oatmeal from a brightly colored packet, maybe a couple of toaster pastries, or a frozen waffle if he felt like switching it up. It was easy, and I liked the taste, he shared. Plus, the packaging always made it sound healthy. But during a routine checkup, his doctor raised an eyebrow. Robert's blood pressure had crept into the danger zone. He wasn't overweight, he didn't smoke, and he walked his dog every evening. So what was wrong? The culprit, it turned out, was hidden in plain sight: his breakfast. Dr. Alicia Williams, a seasoned nutritionist who's worked with thousands of seniors, explains, "As we age, the body's filtration systems, especially the kidneys, don't work as efficiently. Sodium, preservatives, and refined sugars hit harder. They stay longer in the body, cause more inflammation, and damage blood vessels more easily." Let's break it down. Take that small, seemingly harmless packet of instant oatmeal that Robert loved. It had nearly 200 milligrams of sodium. Not too bad, right? But add in a slice or two of processed bacon, a frozen waffle, or even a breakfast pastry from the supermarket, and that number can quickly jump to over 1,000 milligrams before 9 a.m. More than half the daily recommended intake for older adults. The problem isn't just the salt. Processed foods are packed with preservatives, artificial colors, stabilizers, and sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose. And while these chemicals might pass safety checks in small doses, they can quietly irritate an aging digestive system, increase joint inflammation, or lead to headaches, dizziness, and even mood swings in more sensitive seniors. Worse still is the illusion of health that many of these foods create. The frozen waffle box might say whole grain in big letters, but flip it over and you'll find hydrogenated oils, sugar syrup, and a list of ingredients that sound more like a chemistry experiment than food. If you need a magnifying glass or a dictionary to decode the ingredient list, Dr. Williams says, that's your red flag. Even so-called nutrient-fortified breakfast drinks and energy bars can be misleading. Many are loaded with synthetic vitamins, artificial flavorings, and emulsifiers that can irritate the stomach lining and interfere with nutrient absorption, especially in people over 60, whose digestive enzymes naturally decrease with age. But there's good news. Healthier, nourishing breakfasts don't have to take longer. They just require a little preparation and a shift in mindset. Take Joan, 65, a retired art teacher who used to rely on store-bought granola bars. They were convenient, but she often felt jittery by mid-morning and would crash before lunch. After her annual checkup, her doctor suggested a simple change: overnight oats. Now, every Sunday evening, Joan takes 10 minutes to prep jars of oats soaked in almond milk. In the morning, she tops them with fresh or frozen berries, crushed walnuts, and cinnamon. It tastes like dessert, she says, but it keeps me full, focused, and balanced. Then there's Mary, 68. She lives alone and never liked fussing over breakfast. For her, simplicity was key, so she started making a batch of plain oatmeal once a week, boiling a few eggs in advance, and pre-slicing fruit into containers. "Now I just open the fridge," she laughs, "and breakfast is done. I didn't think healthy could be this easy." Dr. Williams emphasizes that just 30 minutes of prep on Sunday can reshape your entire week. Your energy levels will rise, your digestion will improve, even your mood and blood pressure will thank you. So here's your invitation. Take a look at your pantry. What's fueling your mornings? Could a few small swaps bring more ease, stability, and health to your day? And if you found this helpful so far, don't forget to subscribe. Because next we'll explore another common breakfast mistake that millions of older adults make without even realizing it, and how fixing it might just give you the best energy of your life. 2. Foods high in refined sugar. Now let's talk about something most of us have loved for as long as we can remember. Sweetness in the morning, a tall glass of orange juice, a creamy fruit yogurt, a golden slice of Danish pastry, maybe a muffin with plump blueberries warm from the toaster. For decades, we were taught that these foods made for a nourishing, balanced breakfast. After all, they're often served with a smile and a side of fresh fruit in hospital cafeterias and senior centers. They look innocent, they taste comforting, but beneath that comforting sweetness lies something far more dangerous, especially after age 60. Let's visit Linda, 70 years old, retired from her job as an elementary school teacher. For most of her life, she believed she was making smart choices. Her breakfast rarely changed: a glass of orange juice, fruit-flavored yogurt, and a small Danish or blueberry muffin. "I thought it was a balanced meal," she said. "It had dairy, fruit, and grains, and it tasted good." But during her annual checkup, her doctor delivered news she wasn't prepared for. Her blood sugar levels were dangerously high. A few tests later, the diagnosis was confirmed: type 2 diabetes. Linda was stunned. She didn't drink soda. She rarely ate candy. But what she didn't realize, and what many seniors still don't, is this: your body's ability to process sugar diminishes with age. What once gave you a boost in your 30s or 40s now floods your bloodstream too fast. The insulin response slows down, and instead of being converted steadily into energy, that sugar overwhelms your system, causing a spike, then a crash, and over time, damage. Dr. Alicia Williams, a senior nutrition specialist, puts it bluntly: at age 65, your body doesn't handle sugar like it used to. That glass of juice or that flavored yogurt, it can impact your system the same way as eating 4 candy bars. Yes, 4 candy bars. Let's break it down. That tiny cup of fruit-flavored yogurt Linda ate each morning, it contains up to 20 grams of sugar, often more than a chocolate-covered donut. That glass of orange juice she poured so faithfully, even the no added sugar kind holds the equivalent of 3 or 4 oranges, stripped of fiber, which makes the sugar absorb even faster into the bloodstream. And that blueberry muffin? It might as well be dessert, with up to 30 grams of sugar and plenty of refined flour that converts into sugar the moment it hits your gut. And it's not just about diabetes. Dr. Williams explains, the real danger is how this constant sugar load creates inflammation. It damages blood vessels, affects the brain, irritates joints, and causes mood swings. We're seeing more and more evidence linking high sugar diets to memory issues, depression, and heart problems in seniors. Margaret, age 74, echoes this realization. She used to start her mornings with Raisin Bran cereal and a glass of apple juice. "I felt like I was making smart choices," she said, "but I was eating dessert every morning. I was tired by 10 a.m., then needed a snack to get me through the day." It wasn't until she switched to a lower sugar breakfast that she noticed her energy stabilized. and her cravings disappeared. So what's the alternative? Natural sweetness paired with fiber, protein, and healthy fats can satisfy your morning hunger without sending your system into chaos. Tom, 68, used to eat maple-flavored instant oatmeal with dried fruit. He thought it was healthy, but when his doctor suggested cutting back on sugar, he tried something new. Plain Greek yogurt topped with a few fresh blueberries, a handful of chopped walnuts, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. It still feels like a treat, Tom says, but I don't get that mid-morning crash anymore, and my mind feels sharper. And Carol, 73, noticed something remarkable. At first, switching to unsweetened foods felt boring, but after 2 weeks, her taste buds recalibrated. Now strawberries taste like candy, she says, and those muffins I used to love, way too sweet. I don't even enjoy them anymore. Dr. Williams emphasizes that the retraining of your palate is one of the most powerful shifts you can make after 60. Our taste buds regenerate. Within 10 and 14 days of cutting back on refined sugar, most people begin to notice natural flavors more intensely, and artificial ones become overwhelming. She also warns about sugar's disguises. On labels, look for any ingredients ending in ORIOs, glucose, fructose, dextrose, sucrose. These are sugars in disguise. Even things that sound healthy, like evaporated cane juice or organic agave syrup, can spike your blood sugar just the same. Fruit juices, honey blends, syrup concentrates, even natural granola often pack in just as much sugar as candy. And here's a surprising twist. Artificial sweeteners aren't a solution. While they might not raise blood sugar directly, they can confuse your metabolism and alter gut bacteria. Many seniors experience bloating, gas, or even dizziness from artificial sweeteners, Dr. Williams explains, and they can increase sugar cravings over time. So what should you eat instead? Swap fruit-flavored yogurt for plain yogurt with a few slices of banana or chopped dates. Replace your juice with a piece of whole fruit. Add ground flaxseed or chia for fiber and balance. Blend half a frozen banana with almond milk and cinnamon for a creamy, naturally sweet morning drink. Or top whole grain toast with almond butter and fresh apple slices. These small changes can dramatically shift how you feel, physically, mentally, and emotionally. The goal isn't to cut out sweetness entirely, it's to rediscover it in a form your body can handle. So now take a moment to reflect. What's your go-to sweet breakfast? Is it a cereal you've trusted for years? A juice you thought was light and refreshing? Could it be time for a new ritual, one that protects your energy, your mind, your heart? 3. High-fat foods. David, 75, believed in starting his day strong. Every morning he sat by his kitchen window with a breakfast that felt familiar and comforting. 2 fried eggs, 3 strips of bacon, and a slice of toast with butter. At my age, I need something hearty, he used to say with pride. But that confidence faded the day his doctor showed him his lab results. His cholesterol was dangerously high. David was stunned. "I feel fine," he said, confused. But what he didn't realize, what many older adults don't realize, is that feeling fine doesn't always mean being healthy, especially when it comes to what's going on inside your body. Dr. Williams explains it clearly. After 60, your metabolism slows down. Your body doesn't process fats the way it used to. That means the same breakfast that felt energizing at 40 could now be silently straining your heart. The main problem? Saturated fats. These fats are found in popular breakfast meats, bacon, sausage, ham, as well as in buttery pastries and fried foods. For older adults, saturated fats don't just raise your LDL, bad cholesterol, they also increase plaque buildup in your arteries. And as arteries naturally stiffen with age, this becomes a serious health risk. Martha, 68, loved her morning croissant. "It felt lighter than bacon and eggs, so I assumed it was better," she recalled. But when her doctor explained that a single buttery croissant can contain as much saturated fat as 4 strips of bacon, she was shocked. Even more surprising, When she cut back, she noticed less joint pain, smoother digestion, and more stable energy throughout the day. What many seniors don't realize is that fatty breakfast can affect medication absorption as well. Dr. Williams often sees patients whose blood pressure medications don't work as effectively, not because the meds are wrong, but because the meal they're taken with interferes with how the body absorbs them. If you're eating a high-fat meal in the morning, he says, you may be unintentionally blocking the effectiveness of the very pills meant to protect your heart. But here's the good news. You don't need to give up flavor or satisfaction. The key isn't to remove all fats, but to choose the right ones. Healthy fats, like those found in avocado, nuts, seeds, and olive oil, actually help your body. They reduce inflammation, support brain health, and help you stay full longer without the sluggishness of a greasy meal. Take Helen, 71. She used to cook her eggs in butter every day and loved slathering toast with margarine. But after learning about healthier alternatives, she made a simple swap. Whole grain toast with mashed avocado and poached eggs with fresh tomato slices. It still feels like a complete breakfast, she says, but I don't feel weighed down, and my cholesterol numbers are better. Dr. Williams reassures his patients. Eggs are not the enemy. One egg in the morning, boiled or poached, is a great source of protein. Just avoid frying it in oil or butter. Emma, choosing healthier breakfast fats is one of the most impactful changes you can make after 60. Seniors often report less joint stiffness, better bowel movements, and clearer thinking just weeks after making this shift. Helen summed it up beautifully. I used to need a nap by 10 a.m. Now I feel alert all morning, and I haven't touched bacon in months. So if you've been holding on to those high-fat breakfast favorites out of habit, maybe now's the time to try a gentle change. Swap that butter for avocado. Try poached eggs instead of fried. Replace sausage with a small handful of nuts. Your heart, your brain, and your energy levels will thank you. So now that you've seen all three, processed foods, refined sugars, and high-fat breakfast choices, which one surprised you the most? Take a quiet moment to reflect. Maybe it's something you've eaten every day for years. Maybe it's something you thought was healthy. Maybe you're realizing for the first time that what you put on your breakfast plate might be shaping how you feel all day and how long and well you live. But here's the most important thing to remember. This is not about guilt. This is not about blaming yourself for what you didn't know. It's about something much more powerful, choice. Because the beautiful truth is, it's never too late to choose differently, to choose gently, to choose with love for your body, your future, and your peace of mind. Dr. Williams often reminds his patients, you don't have to change everything. Just start with one thing. Maybe it's replacing instant oatmeal with steel-cut oats. Maybe it's choosing berries over fruit juice. Maybe it's using avocado instead of butter. Small changes add up. Quiet choices compound. And over time, those gentle shifts can protect your heart, stabilize your energy, clear your thinking, and brighten your mornings. Bill, age 75, shared something that stayed with me. After 2 weeks of removing processed foods, he said, I didn't realize how foggy I had become until the fog lifted. That's what this is about. It's not about becoming perfect. It's about feeling clearer, lighter, stronger, and more alive in the years that matter most. So I want to ask you, what's one small breakfast change you're willing to try this week? Share it in the comments. You never know. Your idea might inspire someone else to take their first step too. And if this video helped you see things in a new light, please hit that subscribe button. Because there's more where this came from. More honest conversations, more uplifting health guidance, more reminders that aging is not a decline. It's a sacred transformation. And you deserve to feel well through every moment of it. Until next time, may your mornings be gentle and your choices wise.